Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Vox. Tracy here. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And as I remember from when I looked, it's counter side. So over there, I finally learned. It's only been, I don't know how many years, but I finally learned it's there. Oh, sorry, I don't have to manually do that anymore. So went to dermatology today. And it is freezing outside again. The weather was all nice and sunny and was getting more or less spring-like. And now, well, it's gone back. It's gone backwards. It's that fine, horrible, drizzly rain started yesterday. And it's cold. It's actually cold. And I left my coat at my son Paul's house. Oh, well. I do have a big, thick coat, but it's not that cold, if you know what I mean. Not for me, anyway. So I've got a little thing to tell you, and I thought, I forgot to tell you when I did my yesterday's chat, and I thought it would pop up today, but I must have made a mistake when I listed it. Now, over on, I had a channel some time ago. If you've been with me a long time, you will probably know I had Diet Rocks, and I used to do a vlog on there every day and talk about how I'm doing on the diet, this, that and the other, and all the kerfuffle and flabloom. And I did the odd product review, and I did recipes sometimes on there and all that stuff. And I thought, well, I've not really been nurturing the channel and not really been making new stuff for it. I got rid of the blog because I didn't have time to do that one. And I kind of cheated on the diet. So it kind of like, came to a natural sort of end. But there's this channel with my recipes on it, and the ones that Gary and I did. And I thought, well, I could just transfer those, take them off and put them on Rocksteady. So that's what I've done, because you're allowed to do that. You're not allowed to have them on... You can have two videos. Like if I was to make that video or take it off and put an intro on it, I could have two videos on two different channels. It'd be fine. But I'm not prepared to edit and change it in any way. And so I thought, well, I'll take it off. And I'll take them off completely and put them over here so that I don't know what I'll end up doing with that channel. It has 700 subscribers, but it has very, very few watch hours because I haven't made any videos on it for a long time. I might resurrect it as under a new banner at some point and, just do something with it in the future. But I'm not going to get rid of it. But I will leave the product reviews where they are because, I can do stuff like that ongoing. But yeah, so there's about 4 that I've taken off, and it was all of the ones that we did for Slimming World. And I thought, well, I'm doing low carb, open with me's and stuff like that on here, so I might as well put them on, and just anything that I fancy can go on Rocksteady, not on here. They won't be on Crochet Rocks because it's not crocheting, it's not yarn, so it will go over there on Rocksteady, so they will pop up. Now, if you can hear a little scratching noise, I don't have rats or mice. It is actually Gary scraping off wallpaper. And if you hear him singing, well, he's got a new hearing aid. And it's now a loop one, and he can Bluetooth Spotify to it. Yeah, we've upgraded him. We've upgraded his ears. So if you hear him singing, you don't hear his music, but you can hear. I heard him singing as he went out, so I thought, I just warn you, it can happen. When people have headphones on and they sing loud and they're not necessarily any good at it, that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing. Cheers, my dears. I'm going to have a quick slurp. Oh, that's good. I've needed that. I have been... For the last 3 days, I have an unquenchable thirst. Not reading anything into it, I know. I have lots of symptoms that could be pre-diabetes, but I don't have pre-diabetes. So let's do we had wet bum yesterday. Wet bum. Oh, it's very dark. Looks like water. There we go. It looks like it might be water. Maybe that's his home world where the water is, and He has to go and get in it and dunk himself because he took his helmet off and exposed his face. And so to redeem himself, he has to go bathe in the waters of whatever that place is called. Mandalore. Because he's Mandalorian. Duh. You know, how can you forget that? Because it's me, that's why. So, dermatologist then. Got to have another blood test. I'm a bit, I don't know, not annoyed. That's strong, you know, but it's one of those moments, you know. It's a tut moment, you know. She said, we could repeat your test before, only include food this time. Well, as it was foods I was allergic to, why not do that in the first place? And if you're going to do a blood test where you do products, why not do a blood test that does all of it and do one blood test? It's wasting NHS money, that, you know. One blood test could have tested everything, but now I've got to do another blood test to test for certain foods. You know, it's just kind of like, to me, logical. I feel like it's logical. I've got a little bracelet on today. Look at that. It's cute. It looks more magenta than it actually is. It's a very dark mauvey, really, like this colour. And it is an elephant. I've got a blue one. I've got this one. I had another one. I think it might have been yellow. The yellowy colour, maybe. But for some reason I can't find them. And I know that I wore them. I wear the blue one all the time. It's like a turquoise. I also have a Shambhala blue. I got all these in Vegas, and I got a blue turtle with little turquoise stones, and it's a bit fragile. I need the fan on now. So I wear it, but because I used to wear it all the time and I loved it, but it was getting more and more fragile. So I just put it in my jewellery box. But yeah, because I've got this on and it's actually got bits of purple in it, which you can't really see that easily. I thought it'd go and just get this one out of mothballs and wear that one. But I loved them. I got them in between the Luxor and Excalibur. And I think it's in between those two. There was some stalls. It might have been in between Excalibur and New York, New York. I don't know. There's just so... You just link, don't you, between... If you've ever been to Vegas, you know what I mean. You just link along. So it was in between one of them where there was a little kind of mall effect. And there was this lady with a stall, and because I liked so much of it, she just let me have loads of discount, which was really nice. So I got 3 of these elephants and the turtle, and Gary got me one that had like rubies, sort of garnet or rubies in it, and it really does go. I had this Swarovski set, and it just goes with it so well. And that's what I wore while I was out there, because I didn't want to go taking lots of jewellery. I didn't want to take expensive jewellery, especially. So I just took a lot of costume jewellery, and but it was nice, you know. And I come back with a lot more costume jewellery than I went with. But yeah, this time, I don't, you know, if I go on holiday in future, that suitcase is going to be more or less empty, because on the way back it was well overweight. I had to pay a premium. I didn't on the way there. They didn't weigh it. Oh, they did, but they didn't care. It was on the way back. So I might just take clothes I can throw away and just not bring them back. I'll put them in Gary's, because, you know, he never takes much. Oh, that's lovely. It'll just be a moment. I've got to turn my heating off. Hang on. I am back. Let me just make sure it's moving. Yes, it is. So when we got in, it was cold in the house. So I put all the heatings on, you know, like there's a little kind of radiator out there in the hallway. And then the aircon stroke heater in the living room and in the bedroom. It takes seconds to make this house warm, unless it's an absolutely bitterly cold day. But it wafts through here as well. So I should have turned it off when I knew I had to put the fan on, because it was just getting warmer and warmer and warmer. And you know me, I don't like being hot. Oh, so I think that is our last little errand for a while. Thank goodness. No more appointments and all that stuff, and I can get stuck into getting those tutorials done, because now I've been asked 3 times if I'll do the granny square showing the you know, the stacked single crochet, whatever it's called. That video, it's got something like 27,000 views now, and has gained me 600 new subscribers. 600! Welcome to you if any of you are here. And Juan shouted me out as well yesterday, and so I got a few people saying hello. Juan sent me, and that's so cute. That's really nice. Thank you, Juan, if you're watching. Yeah, very nice. I've got a lot of time for Juan. I love him, and I love Wilma, his mum. And Wilma is deaf, and she went deaf when she was young through an illness, and that is exactly what happened to Gary. So, but unlike Wilma, Gary doesn't do sign language. His mum, when he was a kid, decided he wasn't going to go to a deaf school. He was going to go to maybe a school that had a unit where, but they didn't teach sign, and her philosophy on it was that, you know, it's all very well if he goes to a school like that and he talks with people, but when he goes to shops, they're not going to really know what he's talking about, you know. So she wanted him to be as able as he possibly could, and so that's why we can't sign. And Gary's hearing does deteriorate every year. Really, it gets a little bit less. So there is we really ought to learn it, you know. Otherwise, it'd be drink, and that'd be it. Food, whatever. I was going to do something else. I was going to really lower the tone. I won't do it, you know, because it was just a joke. Seriously, it was a joke. I'm sorry. I don't know why I do these things. It's just, you know, usually I speak first, think later, but at least I thought about it sort of before I did it. You know? Oh, wicked, I know. I am. This is a lovely cup of tea. Even though I made it myself, and it's usually Gary when he makes it. That's when it's lovely, and when I do it, it's just tea. But it is actually, maybe it's because I looked forward to it so much, and I was so thirsty in the car, and I didn't have a bottle of water or anything. And we had a few errands to do after dermatology. Gary, we had to go and get a light, and when we ordered the living room unit, it came, it should have had interior lights. It came from Germany. So the kind of little leads they left dangling over the top. But when they took all the packaging away, they took the fittings for it. So they fit into, they look like phone sockets. You know those little clips that you plug your phone in the wall and things like that, only a little bit larger. And that fits into a transformer box, and then that is plugged into the socket. And I suppose it's so that they make them so that they can plug into whatever country's transformer box is necessary. So they can just do one unit and then just lots of different transformer boxes for wherever it's going to. If it's going to Europe, it would be their voltage and their plug at the end. Anyway, they took it away and they compacted it with the rubbish because they didn't look to see if it was all empty. And so all this time we've not had a light, and so they had to order one from Germany, and we finally picked it up today. So once Gary's finished in there scritching and scratching like he is, he can see if the lights work. And he's got all of his Star Wars helmets in there. Got a Mandalorian one, a Boba Fett one, Boba Fett, and of course Darth Vader. You know, he has to have Darth Vader. He's kind of obsessed with Darth. Well, I suppose I'm Grogu, he's Darth. You know, that's the way it is. I love my little Grogu. But yeah, I never used to like Star Wars at all. I wouldn't have even given it time of day. But because Gary loves it so much, I've ended up watching it. And then things like The Mandalorian, Andor, Wet Bum, Ahsoka, that is, Ahsoka, and all of those I've really got into. And, you know, Rogue One and then the newer films made me kind of appreciate the older ones. So yeah, I suppose I'm into it now. Took a long time, because when that was first out, I was like, I'm not watching that. It's like a fairy story. That's ridiculous. I'm not watching that. And all that stuff, you know. Give me Star Trek. At least their technology is normal, you know. And they're kind of, some of the aliens were stupid, but most of the aliens in Star Wars were like big giant teddy bears. You know, come on. It's not real, is it? I know none of them are. But you know what I mean? Some are more realistic than others. I feel like there was something I was going to tell you, and because I did forget yesterday to tell you about the recipes that are going to pop up. So if you get a deja vu feeling when you see my hoisin duck, oh, I don't know why that sounded weird, but it did. Yeah, if you get a deja vu feeling when you see my chicken chow mein, it's because it has been on before, just not on there, not on Knox City. Cheers. This is getting like it needs gulping down, and I'm, you know me, I find that difficult. Hang on, don't watch. I did it, guys. I actually did glug my tea down in front of you. Not as noisily, maybe, or as slurpy as I would, or as that uncouth like as I would any other time. So I've lost more weight. I know I have. I haven't weighed myself. Well, I'm not having scale victories. I'm having non-scale victories, and that is that I bought, well, Gary bought for me for Valentine's Day, a super dry hoodie. And it's not one of those that goes over your head. It's one of those you wear like a jacket. And when I first got it, I got one end, and it was like, oh, this doesn't really fit very well, but I'm not staying this size. And now it's like that. It's not perfect, but I wouldn't want to wear it done up and look like a sausage skin. But it's not like, oh, anymore. It's getting there. So that's one thing. The other day, I had to pick something up from my ex, and I knocked at the door, and he comes to the door, and then all of a sudden he went, oh, it's you. And I went, did you not recognise me? And he said, no. And I said, why? He said, well, you look all slim and stuff. So I thought, oh, do I? No, I don't. I just look slimmer, like, you know. I was really, you know, at the stage where I had to start. So, yeah. I went, oh. And then today, I was at the dermatologist, and the woman said, date of birth, please, in the reception. And I went, shh. And I told her it. And she looked at me and she went, you're doing really good for it. I was like, thank you, I suppose. So, yeah, a few non-scale victories. I like a non-scale victory. And getting into sort of clothes that I used to wear and then I had to stop wearing because they didn't fit. So that's another one. All I need is some scale victories. Like a scale victory now, please. Please. Seriously. They're all very nice and stuff, but you want to see the numbers move, don't you? You want the digits going down and all that. I was very good with the food yesterday. I just ate chicken and veg. I was really, really good. And today we've had nothing. Absolutely nothing. I was going to come back and do breakfast, but when we got back at 1:45, so I was like, is it really worth it now? I could have made a snack, but we've got chicken for later, so we just eat that. Bit of chicken. And yeah, so it's really not worth, I think. I don't know. I might just grab some ham or something in a minute, because I was actually really, really hungry while I was out. I did get one of these. Remember last time I went to dermatology, they gave me a goodie bag. Give me a goodie bag with all this stuff in it. So we've got leaflets on nasty ailments. This was all in here. It's nothing to do with me. I don't know what that is. Probably the building blocks of your skin. I don't know. I'll have a look later. but I've got some dermal. So this one is available on NHS prescription in 100 grams and 500 grams. I'll read that later. But this is the one. This one's really good. I used that. In fact, there it is. So yeah, I did use that one. Like an aqueous cream, I think. And this one I used as well. Double base once. So you only put it on once a day. And I cured my hand problem, that bit of dry skin with that. And using rubber gloves every time I wash up. It helped. And then there's this one. So this is Adex Gel. They're all very intense kind of moisturisers and bits and bobs. Then there's this one. This is Dermal 500. So yeah, I've got lots and lots of cream. I didn't have this one before, did I? Oh, double base gel I may have done. I don't know if I didn't use them all. And then there's these, a couple of little tubs. So yeah, we should have cream for every eventuality from now on. No more dryness anywhere. So she gave me another prescription for the bits and bobs for my feet, and I probably should have picked that up before we came home from the pharmacy, but I didn't. And some more stuff for kind of athlete's foot. I'm sure you wish to know that. And we had a good chat about stuff. And yeah, it was good. It was informative. So I've got to have another blood test. Oof. Really? Just stab me once and they're done with it. You know, it's one of those moments, as I say. Ready for another cut. But it was packed when we got in there. Absolutely rammed. And I thought, oh, we're going to be in there for some time. But luckily, they had about 6 members of staff on, so it went quite quickly. And I've got to go back in June. So, plenty of time. There's my little goodie bag, see? I do like a freebie. Or 10. It's nice to have some freebies though, isn't it? Every now and then, just get a little freebie. Anyway, thank you for watching me. I'm going to get off and upload this. Another little cute picture before I go. Look, wow, isn't he gorge? I really ought to make him one of these days. You never know. Perhaps I will one day. So yeah, if you haven't already seen it, my 15k giveaway went up yesterday. So that was like a rate of knots. That just went boom. And I'm not too, I mean, I'm kind of well on my way now to 15.5. Yeah, so I'm going to probably have to do something for that as well soon. It's exciting. It actually, you know what it's done? It's reinvigorated my zest for doing it. You know, you get into it, like every now and then you get in a little rut of doing, you know, it's like plodding along, and then something comes along and just goes, well, hey, you know, and that's kind of given me a new kind of little zest for it. So that's cool. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, and watch out for the recipes over there on Rocksteady. And the joke of the day, don't forget, eat my shorts. Bye for now. See you soon.